I mean, do you think for you, a lot of the people maybe that you know that were in film school or people that have talked to you after screenings aren't making films because they're not always shooting? I know you've said that in the past, always be shooting. And I don't know if that meant just on set, always have, be ready to roll, or just even during these downtimes, they weren't making something. They weren't doing something in terms of...
No, I think that goes to what you were saying earlier about the that people get scared easily if the feedback isn't positive immediately. So everyone's always waiting for someone to allow them to believe in an idea and to give them a green light and go. But no one will, So if you don't just go, and I think that's what I meant by always be shooting, don't wait for someone else to give you the green light or the money or the support, because 99% won't be there. And the people that are not shooting are the people that have been developing the same script for 10 years and they're waiting for financing for someone to give them $20 million. It's not going to happen, I think. The people that are shooting are the people that grabbed a video camera and said, I'm going to do this quirky little thing now and see how it turns out. And then they show it to someone who sees something in it, and then you go from there. But you need to be doing it rather than waiting and hoping that someone will allow you to do it, I think. And we have all the tools today, right? There's no excuse anymore to wait, because we just don't need the same resources that we needed 20 years ago or something. Everyone can shoot a movie on their iPhone, like Tangerine, or movies like that.
But what about short films? Do you feel like after maybe one or two, because you talked about being in film school and it was a safe place to kind of fail, but then people that get caught in this perpetual short addiction, is that good?
No. I think that is a problem, because it's just about how people look at stuff. That might have been the case years ago, that someone would look at a short film and go like, this is brilliant, we'll now make the feature version of it. But you can count, and those examples exist, but you can count that on one hand. I think what you have to do today is you have to make a feature, as time-consuming and as grueling as that is. You have to get that feature into a festival, and you have to get people to see it, and if possible, win an award. And that's the moment that people will start paying attention and will give you your next project, because you have to try to put yourself into their mindset. They have to justify why they hired you to their bosses, right? So if you've made a short film and you next want to do a feature, you need someone who is brave and courageous enough to close that gap for you and say, I can justify to my boss that on the basis of this short film, I gave you millions to do this feature. And I don't think there are enough brave people out there. Whereas if you have made a feature that has won an award, it's much easier for this guy to go like, well, she has already made a feature that won an award, so I didn't take any risk offering her this new movie. So this person, if that movie doesn't do well, doesn't get fired. I think we talked about that too last time. It's all fear-based. People don't want to be seen taking risks, because if that goes badly, they lose their job. So I think you have to give them as much of a reason to trust you with something that they can defend when talking to their bosses as possible. And that means make a feature. I would, after film school, urge everyone to not waste time making short films.